Most High in Christ. Shalom, Israel. Isupk headquarters, Sabbath service officially begun. Shabbat, which means Salakia. 1 second, Israel. Shabbat, which means horn. Christ. Yayan, which stands for wine. La Yasharala, which means to Israel. Shabbat. Most High in Christ. All right, men of Israel, we're going to rise. Solve upon your aquadom, which means turn and face the east. We're going to say the Lord's Prayer in the Hebrew. Abanawa, Shabbat Shemayim, Kodash, Hayah, Shamka, Yahweh, Malachofka, Taba'ah, Ratazaka, Hayah, Aisha, Ba'aratazah, Kawa, Hayah, Bashamayim, Nathanawa, Lakam, Kal, Yawam, Wasalaklanawa, Kawawafyanawa, Kasalaknawa, Kawawafyanawa, Wala'ah, Tabayayinawa, Banasaya 1, Abal, Hawashayinawa, Mayan, Rai, Kaya, Laka, Hamalakwaf, Wa'ala, Wa'ataparaf, La'awalamyam, Aman. In the English, our Father, which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Yahweh, thy kingdom come, thy will be done in earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our debts as we forgive our debtors. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, and the power, and the glory, forever. So be it. So, which means turn. Men of Israel, we got Yeshabia, which means to be seated. Most High in Christ. Let's clap it up. For the Sabbath service. Isupk headquarters. Sabbath service every Saturday. All right, every Saturday morning. Officer Aishaya Allah will be joining me shortly. Today we are picking up from the book of Numbers, chapter 11, all right, verse 10. You know, the book of Numbers, it gives us the history about the children of Israel, our forefathers, coming out of the land of Egypt and being in the wilderness. That's prior to us entering the land that the Most High promised us. Let me do a sound check real quick. Entering. All right, Most High in Christ. Most High. Does it look blurry to y'all on YouTube? Let me see in the chat real quick. For some reason, I don't know if it's the smoke, but it looks a little blurry on YouTube. Let me fix that real quick. Hold on a second. So like I was saying, the book of Numbers, we're gonna talk about our forefathers, right, in the wilderness. We're gonna pick up from verse 10. I'm gonna double check something with the camera for YouTube. If it looks a little blurry, I'll make sure everything is toward with that. No sign of Christ, we're good to go. So we're gonna pick it up from the book of Numbers, chapter 11, verse 10. We're gonna read the Hebrew, and then we're gonna translate everything we read in the Hebrew to English. All right. No sign of Christ. The book of Numbers, chapter 11, verse 10 in the Hebrew. Wayashamai, Mashah, Af, Ha'ain, Bakar, Lamasha, Pakafyawa, Ayash, Lapaka, Ahawa, Wayakar, Ak, Yahweh, Ma'ad, verse 10 in the middle. Waba Yai Nyawa, Waba Yai Yanya, Salakia, Masha, Rai, verse 11. Waya Amar, Masha, Al, Yahweh, Lama, Hara'ai, La'ai, Badak, Walama, La'a, Matazafia, Khan, Ba'ai, Yanyak, Ba'ai Yanyaka, Lashawam, Af, Masha, Kal, Ha'aim, Hazah, Alia, verse 12. We're going to read 7 verses, and then we switch into English, then back to the Hebrew for 7 more verses. We are in Numbers chapter 11, verse 12. Ha'anakia, Harayafia, Af, Kal, Ha'ain, Haza'am, Hanakaya, Yala, Daf, Yawa, Kaya, Tha'amar, Alia, Shakawa, Baka Yak, Bakayakak, Ka Ashar, Yasha, Ha'aman, Af, Hayanakwa, Al, Ha'adama, Ashar, Nasha Baith, La'a, Bath, Yawa, verse 13. Ma'ayan, Laya, Bashar, Lathath, Lakal, Ha'ain, Hazaa, Kaya, Yabakwa, Alia, La'amar, Tana, Lanawa, Bashar, Wana Akalha, verse 14, La'a, Salakia, I will call Anakia, Labadia, Lasha'af, Af, Kal, Ha'aim, Hazaa, Kaya, verse 15, no, Salakia, Kaya, Kabad, Mamanya, verse 15, Wa'am, Kaka, Af, Aisha, Laya, Haraganya, Na'a, Harap, Matazafia, Khan, Ba'ai, Yanyaka, Wa'al, Hara'at, Baraifia, verse 16, Waya Amar Yahweh Al Mashah Hasapah Laya. This is the word that that when we say to gather together, right? Asapah. All right, this is what we need to do as a people. Yes, this is the Hebrew. We are reading it in Hebrew, and then we'll be reading it in English. So, Khan, all right, we have both translation. We are reading it from the Hebrew, and then we read it in Hebrew. So, yes, we do understand what it is that we're reading. This is why we read both, so that, like the scripture says, when you speak in tongue, you don't just say something and then you don't translate it. All right, you don't just say "Hababa Shalom Mama." You gotta ask them preachers if they understand what they are saying, and the congregation who listen to a pastor that said "Hababa Shalom Mama," and then they don't ever translate that. They don't ever translate that part, right? They don't ever translate what the hell does "Hababa Shalom Mama." What does that mean? They don't ever translate it. But you know what they do translate? We need a offering, $1,000 offering. That they translate. They translate it in French. They translate it in Spanish. They translate it in every language. They'll translate that part. But when they speaking in tongue in the Christian church, they don't translate what it is that they are reading. The UPK, when we say something, if we say it in Hebrew, we'll tell you this is what we are saying. This is what it means. All right. So the scriptures that we are reading, we're simply reading them in Hebrew, and then we have the English translation that we're going to read right after that. You understand? Just to answer that question in the chat. All right, let's keep going. We are in we started at 11. We're going to end at 17. We are in the middle of verse 16. So like, yeah, Waya Amor Yahweh Al Mashah. All right. Asapah Laya Shabayai, Shabayayam, Ayash, Mazakwanya, Yasharala, Ashar, Yadaif, Kaya, Zakwanya, Aim, Washa Paraiwa, Walakwa, Kaf, Atham, Al, Akal, Mawa'id, Wahataya, Tazabawa, Sham, Imaka. Verse 17, last verse. Wayara Dafia, Wada Barafia, Imaka, Sham, Wa'a Tazalafia, Man, Harawak, Ashar, Ayaka, Washamafia, Aliyaham, Wana Shawa, Athat, Bamasha, all right, Ha'am, Wala'ah, Tasha'a, Atha, Labadka. All right, we're gonna pick it up in English. Pick it up in the English, Numbers chapter 11. Verse 10. We are in Numbers chapter 11, verse 10. Then Moses heard the people weep throughout their families, every man in the door of his tent. And the anger of the Lord was kindled greatly. Moses also was displeased. So this is when we were in the wilderness and manna came down, right? The children of Israel, when you read the earlier verses, for those who remember last week, I believe Officer Aishaya Allah went over this. The children of Israel were displeased. They were displeased. Why? Because they remember the pot of flesh they used to eat when they were enslaved in Egypt. So freedom, being free in the wilderness, meant nothing to them because of the flesh they used to eat in Egypt when they were enslaved. So basically, they preferred to go back into slavery for what? Just so they could eat some pork, just so they could eat some flesh. So here, this is what he's talking about. The children of Israel, they were displeased with Moses because all they had to do was cake made out of manna, all right, which is a seed, all right, that they grounded to make bread, to make cake out of it. So they were displeased. Let's read that again. Numbers 11:10. Then Moses heard the people weep throughout their families, every man in the door of his tent, and the anger of the Lord was kindled greatly. Moses also was displeased. All right. So because the children of Israel, because they were displeased at eating manna and they wanted flesh, the Most High was displeased at them. All right. This is always what happened with us. We turn our back against God, God turned his back against us. All right. We are displeased with God. All right. We are displeased with Moses. God is displeased with us. He just got us out of slavery. Got us out of slavery, got us out of Egypt, and now we are complaining because we're not eating flesh. Verse 11, and Moses said unto the Lord, wherefore hast thou afflicted thy servant? And wherefore have I not found favor in thy sight, that thou layest the burden of all this people upon me? Verse 12, have I conceived all these people? Have I begotten them, that thou shouldest say unto me, carry them in thy bosom, as a nursing father beareth the suckling child, unto the land which thou swearest unto their fathers. Verse 13, whence should I have flesh to give unto all this people? For they weep unto me, saying, give us flesh that we may eat. They complaining, they want flesh. They don't want this manna. They don't want this bread. They want flesh. They want meat. All right, so freedom means nothing to them. Verse 14, I am not able to bear all these people alone, because it is too heavy for me. And if thou deal thus with me, kill me, I pray thee, out of hand, if I have found favor in thy sight, and let me not see my wretchedness. Verse 16, and the Lord said unto Moses, gather unto me 70 men of the elders of Israel, all right, whom thou knowest to be the elders of the people and officers over them, and bring them unto the tabernacle of the congregation, that they may stand there with thee. So the Most High is going to enforce Moses with these elders, these officers, all right, to carry the burden of this stiff-necked people that we were, our forefathers were. All right, so this is what's happening here. Verse 17, and I will come down and talk with thee there, and I will take of the spirit which is upon thee, and will put it upon them, and they shall bear the burden of the people with thee, that thou bear it not thyself alone. So Moses, he had a spirit. He had a spirit in them that, you know, in the Isupk, when you come in here, you're gonna get that spirit. All right, you come in here, you hang around the brothers, you listen to class, you're gonna get that spirit, man, to care for your people, even when your people do not want to listen to you. This is what Moses is going through here. He is caring for people, but the people do not want to listen to him. You know, they don't want to listen to him. They could unalive him, they would. Like, why the hell you brought us here out of Egypt to be eating manna, to be eating bread, all free? You know, we are free men now. We don't have a master over us, you know, to give us tasks that we can barely do. We don't have that. You got us here in the wilderness free. We want to go back and be slave in Egypt. At least we got flesh to eat in Egypt. You know, at least we got pork and shrimp, crab, and lobster. We have all of that in Egypt, at least, right? So this is the spirit that Moses had in him to deal with these people, even though they did not want to listen to him. This is the spirit that every prophet has. And in the Isupk, we have the spirit, because wow, we're talking to a people that we know do not want to listen to us. We know it. It's not like a secret, like we're going to talk to the people expecting them to hear us, right? we're not expecting the people to hear us, man. We go out there knowing damn well that the people do not like what we have to say, because what we have to say require the people to change. And nobody wants to change, even when they know that we are telling the truth. But because it requires them to change, they cannot do this thing. All right, let's get back into Hebrew. We're going to read verse 18 to 18 to 24. All right. Wa'al, we are in Numbers chapter 11, verse 18. Wa'al ha'aim ta'amar tata quadashwa lamakor wa'a kalafam bashar kaya bakayatham ba'a zania Yahweh la'amar maya ya'a kalanwa bashar kaya tawab salakia lanawa bamatazarayim. This is the house of bondage here, bamatazarayim, which means in the house of bondage or in Egypt. All right. Wanathan Yahweh Lakam Bashar Wa'a Salakia Wa'a Kal Salakia Wa'a Kalatham, verse 19, La'a Yawam Hakad Ta'a Balwan Wala'a Yawa Mayam Wala'a Kamasha Yum Wala'a I Shara Yum Wala'a I Sharyam Yawam, verse 20. Aid Kadash Yum Aid Ashar Yataza Ma'apakam Wahayaha Lakam was Lazara Ya'ain Kaya Ma'a Satam Af Yahweh Ashar Bakwara Bakam Watha Bakwa La Panyawa La Amor Lama Zaha Yatazan Yatazanyawa Mama Tazarayam, verse 21. Waya Amor Masha Shasha Ma'awath Walap Alap Salakim. Alap is the word that we use for 1,000. Okay, it's also the word for like flock, cow. Alap. Regalia, Ha'aim, Ashar, Anakia. We are in verse 21, in the middle of verse 21. Bakra Ra, Bawa, Wa'atha, Amarath, Bashar, Athan, Laham, Wa'akalwa, Kadash, Yum, verse 22. Hatazan, Wabakwa, Ashakat, Lakam, Wamataza, Lakam, Af, Kal, Datya, Hayam, Ya'asap, Lakam, Wamataza, Laham, verse 23. Waya Amor Yahweh al Mashah Hayad Yahweh Taqwa Tazar Hatha Tara, Hayakwarad, Daboria, La'ah, verse 24, Wayataza, Masha, Ayadabor al, Haham, Ath, Daboria, Yahweh, Waya Asap, Shabayayim, Ayash, Mazakwanya, Ha'aim, Waya Aimad, Atham, Sabayath, Sabayabath, Halah. All right, verse 25. We're going to pick it back up in the Hebrew. We in Numbers chapter 11, verse 18. And say thou unto the people, sanctify yourself against tomorrow, and ye shall eat flesh. For ye have wept in the ears of the Lord, saying, who shall give us flesh to eat? For it was well with us in Egypt. That's exactly what they said. That's what I was talking about earlier. We was fine in Egypt. We was living it up. We were living it up in the house of bondage. We were living it up in slavery. Because why? Because we had flesh. All right, that's why. Because we had flesh. Let me give some more of that incense. All right, the Lord's favorite. Yeah, so we had flesh. So let's read it back. Sanctify yourself against tomorrow, and ye shall eat flesh, for ye have wept in the ears of the Lord, saying, who shall give us flesh to eat? For it was well with us in Egypt. We was good in Egypt. Therefore, the Lord will give you flesh, and ye shall eat. So the Most High is suffering us. He is suffering us. You know what? Y'all gonna have flesh tomorrow. Y'all gonna get flesh tomorrow. Y'all want flesh, right? Y'all gonna have some tomorrow. Verse 19, ye shall not eat 1 day, nor 2 days, nor 5 days, neither 10 days, nor 20 days. Verse 20, but even a whole month until it come out of your nostrils. You're not gonna eat flesh 1 day, 2 days, 5 days, 10 days, 20 days. You're gonna have flesh for a whole month until it come out of your nose. This is the Most High suffering us. This is the Most High being displeased, like it says in the earlier verse, right? This is the Most High being displeased with us. This is not something that he's doing, you know why? Because of the kindness, because he is being kind to us. Nah, you're going to have flesh until it comes out your nose. You want flesh, right? Well, you're going to have flesh until it comes out your nostrils. All right, this is the spirit behind that. Right? Why? Because we were so ungrateful as a people to be free from the hard bondage that we were suffering in Egypt. Imagine us being free today. You see how we are being oppressed in America, how we are being oppressed in Haiti, in Brazil, in Colombia. Imagine the Most High remove the oppressor from above us. Remove the oppressor from above us. Remove the white man. And now we are free. Now we can govern ourselves. And then we go and complain about the Most High delivering us from the white man. That's what you have to think about to comprehend, to grasp what was happening back then, because this is our history right here. This is our people being free from slavery and complaining to the Most High. So the spirit that the Most High had to give us the flesh, it was a spirit, you know, really he wanted to destroy us. That's what he really wanted to do, and make a nation out of Moses. But then he suffered us, no sweat. You're going to have flesh until it comes out your nose. All right, you ungrateful. Let's keep on reading. But even a whole month until it come out of your nostrils, and it be loathsome unto you, because that ye have despised the Lord which is among you, and have wept before him, saying, why came we forth out of Egypt? Why did we come out of slavery? Why?
It's like us saying right now, we get free from the white man, and then we saying, damn, why we came out of slavery from under the white man? Why don't we still have ICE? Why don't we still have the police shooting us and having their knees on our neck? Why not? At least we get to go to McDonald's. At least we get to go to Burger King. At least we get to eat some shrimp, crab, and lobster. We get to go to what is it, TGFI or TGIF, whatever it is. At least this is the spirit we had, and we could see the spirit the Most High had because of our rebellious spirit. Verse 21, and Moses said, the people among whom I am 600,000 footmen. And Taha said, I will give them flesh that they may eat a whole month. Verse 22, shall the flocks and the herds be slain for them to suffice them? Or shall all the fish of the sea be gathered together for them to suffice them? All right, so Moses is looking at the amount of man that he has. And he's like, damn, how the hell are we going to feed all these people flesh every day for a month? How the hell are we going to do it? Are we going to, unalive all the flags that we have, or all the fish of the sea? We're going to get all the fish of the sea to feed all these men? We don't have enough to feed all these men. This is what Moses is saying, right? Verse 23, and the Lord said unto Moses, is the Lord's hand waxed short? This spirit right here, right? Let me finish reading it. And the Lord said unto Moses, is the Lord's hand waxed short? Thou shalt see how whether my word shall come to pass unto thee or not. All right. Now, when you think about our oppression today, right? Moses is looking at simply feeding the man. Simply feeding the man. How the hell are we going to do it? Now, remember, the Most High did all these miracles while we were in Egypt. Coming out of Egypt, the Most High plagued Egypt with, I believe, 10 curses. All right, specific curses that happened to the Egyptians. Now, these were miracles. These were miracles that happened. So now, the Most High, it is nothing for him with the power that he has to feed 600,000 men, 1 million men. It is nothing for him to do a miracle. That's what he's saying here when he said, is the Lord's hand waxed short? Is the same spirit we see in Isaiah, I believe, 59 chapter or 58, where it says, the Lord's hand is not short that he cannot save us. Now, when you look at the oppression that we are in today, a lot of times our people, we ask, man, why, if there's a God, like people become atheists because of this, because of not being able to endure suffering, right? And when the scriptures tell you to endure, people not being able to endure, not understanding why these things happen to us as a people, they become atheists, right? Because they feel like, well, if there's a God, why are we going through what we are going through? We are going through what we are going through because there is a God. That's the wisdom that our people do not have. And it's not because the Most High cannot save us. The Most High cannot get us out of the condition that we are in. The Most High have the power to get us out of the condition that we are in today. In a fraction of a second, the Most High can do it. Every so-called oppressor could drop dead in a fraction of the second if it was the Most High's will. But what we are going through was specifically prophesied to happen to us. This is the wisdom that we do not have. This is the understanding that we do not have. Why? Because we don't know who the hell we are. All right. So yes, the Most High can get us out of the oppression that we are in, but it is our sin, like it says in Isaiah, that separate us from God, and that makes a barrier, right? That creates a barrier between us and God, our power. It is our sin. All right. So this is the spirit that we see here in Numbers 11 and 23. I'm going to read it again. And the Lord said unto Moses, is the Lord's hand waxed short? Thou shalt see how whether my word shall come to pass unto thee or not. Verse 24. And Moses went out and told the people the words of the Lord, and gathered the 70 men of the elders of the people and set them round about the tabernacle. All right, let's pick it back up in the book of Numbers chapter 11. We're going to read verse 25 in the Hebrew. All right. Numbers chapter 11, verse 25. So I can check these comments real quick. Hey, shalom. Y'all bashim. Oh, yeah. Y'all bashim. Y'all shabrakata. Y'all shema alata bashim. Y'all shah. All right, this is not a star. All right, a lot of people keep calling this a star. This is not a star. This is the shield of David. What you are looking behind me is the shield of David. When you read the Paleo Hebrew, when you look at David's name in the Paleo Hebrew, you see the two da, all right? You see the two da. Those are the two signs that, the two letters that became this symbol right here. This is not a star, all right? Go to your dictionary and look what a star is. A star is a ball of gas. That's what a star is. It's a ball of gas. It's not a star. It's not a ball of gas. All right, a star does not have points. I know in cartoons, when you watch cartoons, when you watch, your ninja movies, what you learn to be a star, right, is something with points. Biblically, that's incorrect. Biblically, a star is a ball of gas, and this is not a star. This is a shield. All right, you have to separate your education that you receive from cartoons, from watching cartoons, from watching ninja movies, to the biblical realities. All right, those two do not match. Numbers 11, verse 25. Verse 25. All right, Numbers 11 and 25. Rayarad Yahweh Ba'anyan. So like it. Wayadabar Alyawa Waya. So like it. Wayatazal Man Harawak Ashar Alyawa Wayakan Al Shabayam Ayash Kwa. So like it. Hazakwanyam Wayahaya. So like Kanawak Al. So like Al Yahawam Harawak Wayatha Nabawa Ala'ah Yasapawa. Verse 26. Waya Shara Shanya Anashyam Bama Kana Sham Ha'akad Aladat Washam Hashanya Mayadad. All right. Wathad, so like Wathanak Alyaham Harawak Wahamaha Bakath Thabayam Wala'ah Ya Tazawar Ha'alaha Waya Thanabawa Bama Kana. Verse 27. Wayarataza Hana Ira Wayagad Lama. So like Lamasha Waya Amor Aladad Wama Yadat. So like it. Let me check this stats real quick. So like it. That was Officer Karak. Shalom, Karak. Yabashin Yal Shabrakata. What's going on, priest? What's going on, Brooklyn? That was Officer Karak hitting me up about making a class in Creole, in the Hebrew. Wayarataza, we're in verse 27. Hanaira, Wayagad, Lamasha, Waya Amor, Aladad, Wama Yadad, Matha Nabayam, so like Bama Kana, verse 28, Waya'ai, Yaha, so like Yahawashai, Yahawashai, Ban. And this is here when you read here, right? When you read the book of Numbers, you see Joshua after Moses, was unalive, right? After Moses passed, Joshua entered the land of Israel. Now, when you look at the name in the ancient text or in the Hebrew, the Paleo Hebrew or the Hebrew, you see Joshua, and in the New Testament, this name is translated into Jesus. So this is the same name. Jesus' name is Joshua. All right, that's why you will hear people trying to say the Hebrew, they will say Yeshua. All right, they just saying Joshua. That's how it's translated from the Hebrew to the common tongue when they translated from the Hebrew. In the New Testament, when they translated from the Greek, for some reason they translated it and it became Jesus. But those are the same name in the Hebrew. When you go back to the Hebrew, you see it's the same name. It's similar to Hosea. In the New Testament, it's OC, but when you go to the Old Testament, you see it's Hosea. All right, but those are the same name. When you go back to the Hebrew, you go back to the original language, that is the same name. So Jesus' name is the same name as Joshua. The real name is Yahawashai in the Hebrew. All right. So you will hear us say that. You will hear us in the ISUPK. We say Yahweh Bahasham. All right. Yahawashai. So we are saying this name right here, which the Old Testament translate into Joshua. All right. But it's Jesus that we are saying. All right. Verse 29. Waya Amor Lawa Masha. All right. And Masha is Moses' name in the Hebrew. Hamar Kwana. Give me 1 second, Israel. That's Mosai Chai Allah. Give me 1 second. 1 second. No, sir. No, sir. I'm sorry, Christ. We got Officer Aishai Allah in the building. Clap it up for him.
I said that on live. Oh, I said that on live.
Yeah, it's the wild. Officer Aishai Allah made it. These Brooklyn, these trains in New York, man, especially in the weekend, it's hell. Don't listen to the Christian church telling you about hell. You want to know hell? Catch the train in New York. Catch the train in New York. You're going to know what hell is. Any train. Catch the train in New York on a weekend. If you want to know what the hell is. All right, don't go to your Christian pastor. Your Christian pastor do not understand hell. Hell is right here in the white man's society in Brooklyn, in Harlem, in the train station. That's hell. All right. Verse 29. Where I started? Salakia, verse 10. Give me 1 second, Israel. 18. I did 18. 24. We're going to stop at 31. All right. So verse 29 in Numbers chapter 11. Waya Amor La'a Masha Hama Kwana Atha Laya Wamaya Yathan Kal Ain Yahweh Nabaya Hayam Kaya Hathan Yahweh Af Rawawak Ilayam, verse 30. Wayasap Masha al Hama Kadna Hawa'a Wazaquanya Yasharala, verse 31, last verse. Wawawak, Nasai, Mashah, Yahweh, Wayagaz, Shaluam, Man, Hayam, Wayasash, Al, Kama, Kadna, Karawak, Yawam, Kaha, Wakadarakya, Yawam, Kaha, Saba Yabawath, Hama Kana, verse 31 in the middle, Waka Mafyam Al Tanya Ha'aratazah. All right, in the English, we're picking it up from verse 25. We in Numbers chapter 11, verse 25. And the Lord spake, and the Lord came down in a cloud and spake unto him, and took off the spirit that was upon him, and gave it unto the 70 elders. And it came to pass that when the spirit rested upon them, they prophesied and did not cease. Verse 26. But there remained 2 of the men in the camp. The name of the one was Eldad, and the name of the other Medad. And the spirit rested upon them, and they were of them that were written, but went not out unto the tabernacle, and they prophesied in the camp. Verse 27. And there ran a young man and told Moses and said, Eldad and Medad do prophecy in the camp. Verse 28. And Joshua, the son of Nun, the servant of Moses, one of his young men, answered and said, My Lord Moses, forbid them. And Moses said unto him, Enviest thou for my sake? Will God that all the Lord's people were prophets, and that the Lord will put his spirit upon them. Verse 30. And you see this, you know, the beautiful thing about the Isupk, man. When you come in here, the men above you are training you to take their spot.
Right.
The men above you, they do not want you to come here and stay low. Not in the UPK. You are being trained to take the leader's position, to be a leader. This is what you are in here to be. You are in here to be a ruler. You are in here to be a prince. You are in here to be above, to take the man above you's seat, contrary to the Christian church. That Christian pastor, he's going to be the leader until he passed away. Look at Jesse Jackson. Who's the next Jesse Jackson? Who did he train to take his plot? That's the one that just passed, right? Jesse Jackson. A lot of y'all love Africa because of Jesse Jackson.
Huh.
That's the reason why you love Africa so much, because he's the one who told you you were African American. Prior to that, you was not calling yourself not African American. You were calling yourself black, even though that as well is a byword. It's a misnomer. But in the Bible, you can see they call the prophets black. They called us Niger. You know, we are Israelites. We're not no black. You know, we're not no black African, like Umar Johnson like to say. Like Jesse Jackson said, we are African American. Who did he train to take his spot? Nobody. Because he has to be the leader until he passed away. Until he goes to the grave. Not in the UPK. In the UPK, you come here, the man above you wants you to take their place. They want you to take their seat. This is why you are here for, to be a ruler. All right, to be a prince. All right, to be a prophet, man. And that's what the Most High says, man. A nation of kings, man. That we shall be a nation of prophets. It was not supposed to be just the Levitical priesthood. It was supposed to be all the tribes. It happened because of that. It happened like that for a specific reason. All right. Let's get back to the English. We are in verse 28. And Joshua the son of Nun, verse 29. And Moses said unto him, Enviest thou for my sake, will God, that all the Lord's people were prophets, and that the Lord will put his spirit upon them. Verse 30. And Moses got him into the camp, he and the elders of Israel. Verse 31. And there went forth a wind from the Lord, and brought quails from the sea, and let them fall by the camp. Remember, Moses was like, how the hell are we gonna feed these 600,000? You coming up, priest? Right? How the hell are we gonna feed these 600,000 people? How the hell are we gonna do it? Well, this is the miracle that the Lord is doing right now, because Moses could not conceive how it was gonna happen. All right. Now, this is the answer to the question that Moses had, and the Most High asked him, is the Lord's hand too short that he can't do this little miracle? I just got you niggas out of Egypt. I just split the Red Sea. I just split the sea. You're going to ask me about some flesh, man. There's nothing. These miracles happen. These miracles, they happen. And more miracles are going to happen. With this white man that's ruling over us, you're going to see some miracles in these last days, man. You're going to see some miracles. When World War III break out, you're going to know. You're going to see these miracles happen. Right now, we are so disconnected to our power, man. When we read the scriptures, we think this is fairy tale. This is not fairy tales, man. These stories happen. All right? And the Most High, he's going to do it again. He's going to do it again just to stunt, just to show his power, just so the whole world could know, yes, these people, these Haitians, these Jamaicans, these so-called African Americans, thanks to Jesse Jackson, who gave us that byword, these Colombian, these Mexicans, they have a God. They have the real God, the God that got their forefathers out of Egypt. He is the same God that's destroying the white man today.
Right.
All right. The whole world is going to know it, because the Most High is going to stunt. Verse 31, and there went forth a wind from the Lord, and brought quails from the sea, and let them fall by the camp, as it were a day's journey on this side, and as it were a day's journey on the other side, round about the camp, and as it were 2 cubits high upon the face of the earth. We'll come up, priest, and get it. Verse 32. We gotta pick it up from the Hebrew. Yeah, come. You want to pick it up from the Hebrew? You can pick it up. I'll read the English. Numbers chapter 11, verse 32. Most High in Christ, haven't read that Hebrew in a minute. Gotta get back to it. Especially Passover is coming up. It's a good reminder right here. Let me check these comments real quick.
It's like riding a bicycle, right?
Yeah.
Where we at? 11 and 32, you said?
Star of David. It's the shield of David. Yeah, 11 and 32.
Numbers 11 and 32. Where Kwam Ha'am call Hawam, how I will call Halayla, will call Hawam, Hamaharath, where Sapwa, Ashalwa, Hamamaya, Asap, Aishara, Hamarium, where Shatahwa, Laham, Shadawach, Sabiwath, Amachana, verse 33, Abashar, Iwadua, Bayan Shanyahum, Taram, Yakurath, Wa'ap, Yahweh, Hara, Ba'im, Wa'yak, Yahweh, Ba'im, Makah, Rabba Ma'ad, verse 34, where Korah, Asham, Hamakuam, Hawa'a, Kobarwath, Hatha'awa, Kayasham, Kobarwa, Ha'aim, Hamatha'awam, Hamatha'ayim, verse 35, Makbarwath, Hatha'awa, Nasaiwa, Ha'aim, Chatazawath, Wayahaiwa,
Move up a little.
Bachatazawath, chapter 12 and verse 1, Wayahbar, Mariam, Waharun, Bamasha, Al Adawath, Hasha, Hakashiath, Ashar, Laquach, Kaya, Asha, Kashwath, Laquach, 12 and verse 2, Wayamarwa, Harak, Agba Masha, the bar Yahweh, Alaha, Gum Bunwa, the bar, Washema, Yahweh, verse 3, Wahayash, Masha, Ainwa, Ma'ad, Makal, Ha'adam, Ashar, Al-Punya, Ha'adamah.
Leviticus 11, verse 32. And the people stood up, Salaki, I said Leviticus, Numbers, the water. And the people stood up all that day and all that night and all the next day, and they gathered the quails. They had so much quails, man. They were, I don't want to use the word, but they were crying. You know the word I want to use. But for TikTok's sake, I would not use that word. They were crying and whining about flesh. And now they got to stay up. They got to stay up. The people stood up all the day, all that night, and all the next day. That's how much flesh they had. They were complaining about not eating flesh because the Most High made a miracle. And the crazy thing is that it was a miracle that got them the bread in the first place. They were not, you can't shock black people at all. You do a miracle, they're like, man, do another one. That's not enough.
Next?
Yeah, that's not it. You cannot surprise black people. Black people were like, man, did you see that? We got all this manna coming out the sky. They're not surprised. And after the miracle, after the sea split open, and we got to take care of this for me real quick. Just slide it. You know what to do, right? After the sea split and the Most High did the miracle, they were not surprised. Now we need flesh. After this, they're going to want another miracle. That's why in the New Testament, what did Yahweh say? Yahweh understood his people, man. He said, wicked generation seeketh after a sign. That's what we want. We want a sign. And guess what? When we get the sign, we're not going to be satisfied.
We want another sign.
We're going to want another sign. That's us as a people. Let's keep going, man. And they gathered the quails. He that gathered least gathered 10 homers, and they spread them all abroad for themselves round about the camp. Verse 33. And while the flesh was yet between their teeth, ere it was chewed, the wrath of the Lord was kindled against the people, and the Lord smote the people with a very great plague. Remember, the Most High told them in the earlier verses, you're gonna eat flesh till it comes out of your nose. That's how pissed the Most High was. He suffered them, but he was pissed. He was pissed. All right, because there's no way that I do all these miracles and now you complaining about flesh. Now you are free. Now you can control your destiny. Now you can be a nation. Now you can be a people that do not have the Egyptians on top of you. But you are not satisfied. Let's keep going. Verse 34. And he called the name of that place Kibroth Hathava, because there they buried the people that lusted. Verse 35. And the people journeyed from Kibroth Hathava unto Hazeroth and abode at Hazeroth. Chapter 12, verse 1. And Miriam and Aaron spake against Moses because of the Ethiopian woman when he had married, for he had married an Ethiopian woman. Now, Moses did marry an Ethiopian woman, but that was before the truth. It's the same way today in the UPK. There's brothers. Listen, man, we were not born in the truth. Prior to the ISUPK, I was someone else. I was somebody that loved the Bible and loved Egypt at the same time and loved voodoo at the same time. I was confused as hell. I love the Bible. That's one thing I never rejected. I never was like, oh, that's a white man's book. I never did that, even in my ignorance. But I love the Bible, love Egypt, love Kabbalah, love voodoo. I love everything. You know, all of it was ours. That was my mentality. All this, even Hinduism. You know what I'm saying? I was like, Om Namah Shiva. I used to be Om Namah. Oh yeah.
Oh man.
Yeah. I was lost before the ISUPK, right? So Moses did not have the truth when he got this woman. In the UPK, if you like tattoos, for example, people will see us with tattoos. They're like, y'all prophet and y'all got tattoos. Nigga, I got this tattoo before I was in the truth. I was not born in this truth. You understand? We were not born in the truth, man. And Most High in Christ for every brother and every sister that is born in this truth. Man.
Right.
Most High in Christ for that. And it's gonna take men like us, you know, to bury the people that we were in the world, so that now when we have children, we could raise them in the truth, so they can never make the mistakes that we made when we were ignorant of the word. All right.
But that don't mean if somebody walk in the door with tattoos, we're gonna send them. Oh no, you gotta go get a laser, get a removed. No, that's not. And just like with Moses, because they ask this all the time. Every time we watch Captain Zarya's live, somebody calls and asking the same thing. Listen, you got some white woman that you had in the world that's still your wife, keep her, and that's it.
Yeah, that's your wife.
That's it.
That's your wife.
That's it. You can't divorce her the same way you can't divorce. Now, guess what? That might come with consequences.
Right.
You made your bet. You gotta lie. But once you know the truth, but in this case, they murmured against Moses for the women that he had before he was in the truth.
And don't go get another wife. Don't go get another wife.
Exactly.
Don't do that.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Verse 2. And they said, have the Lord indeed spoken only by Moses? Have he not spoken also by us? And the Lord heard it. Now, remember, they were complaining. It's like we are God's chosen people. We are the Israelites. You cannot convince me otherwise, man. We are the chosen people of God. They were just complaining about flesh. They got the flesh. Now they're gonna find something to complain about. This nigga got a whole Ethiopian woman. They gotta find something to complain about, you know. What verse were you? Verse 3?
I think
we started 25, right?
Yeah, I ended at 3.
3, okay. Verse 3, now the man Moses was very meek above all the men which were upon the face of the earth. Aisha is going to pick it up in the Hebrew.
Chapter 12, verse 4. وَيَأْمَرْ يَحَوَ Patham al-Masha wa al-Harun wa al-Maryam Za'awa Shoshaftum al-Ahal Mu'ad wa Yatzawa Shoshaftum. Verse 5, وَيَرَادْ Yahweh Ba'imwad Ainan وَيَأْمَد Pasach Ha'ahol وَيَكura Aharon وَMaryam وَيَtzawa Shunyahum. Verse 6, وَيَأْمar Shemaiah Na Debaria Yahaya Nabiyakum Yahweh Bamara Aliwa Athwadai Bachaloyim Adabar Bawa. Verse 7, La'a Khan Ibadia Masha Bakal Bayathia Naaman Ho'a. Verse 8, Pa Alpa Adabar Bawa Wamarau Wala'a Bachiadath Wathamanath Yahweh, Yabayat, Wamadawai, La'a, Yarathum, Ladabar, Ba'ibadya, Bamasha, verse 9, Wechar, Ap Yahweh, Bam, Wayalak, verse 10, Wa'ainan, Sar Ma'al, Ha'ahol, Wahanan, Salaki Wahana, Mariam, Matazraith, Kishalag, Wayapuna Haran, Al Mariam, Wahana, Matazraith. Back to English.
Back to the English. There's a brother that asked, hey, shalom, Nathan. Shalom. There's a brother that asked, what's the brown liquid on the table? Brown liquid on the table, that's the anointing oil. That's the shaman. All right, that's that anointing oil that we put on top of the head of the priest. All right, after the Sabbath service, that's the anointing oil that we use during Passover. Come to the Passover, get your head anointed if you are Israelite. All right, Numbers 11, verse 4. And the Lord spake suddenly unto Moses and unto Aaron and unto Miriam, come out ye there unto the tabernacle of the congregation. And they three came out. Verse 5. And the Lord came down in the pillar of the cloud and stood in the door of the tabernacle and called Aaron and Miriam. And they both came forth. Verse 6. And he said, hear now my words. If there be a prophet among you, I, the Lord, will make myself known unto him in a vision and will speak unto him in a dream. Now, remember, they asked the question earlier, right? They said,
verse 2.
Verse 2, and they said, have the Lord indeed spoken only by Moses? Have he not spoken also by us? Basically, that the Most High is saying, when the hell did I speak to y'all?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? When the hell did I speak to y'all? That's what he said here.
This is a serious check. Right?
Yeah, the Most High is a gangster.
Yeah.
He's basically telling them, when the did I speak to y'all? I ain't gonna say the word, but you get what I'm saying. So he said, and he said, hear my words. If there be a prophet among you, I, the Lord, will make myself known unto him in a vision, and I will speak unto him in a dream. Verse 7. My servant Moses is not so, who is faithful in all mine house. Verse 8. With him will I speak mouth to mouth, even apparently, and not in dark speeches. And the similitude of the Lord shall behold. Wherefore, then were ye not afraid to speak against my servant Moses?
That's
right?
heavy. That's heavy. He's saying you should be afraid to speak against this. This is the man that I'm speaking through. This is who I set up to lead y'all through all out of Egypt, through all these miracles. And you weren't afraid to just just act like you was just gonna overthrow him.
Right.
You didn't think that came with consequences? All right.
Yeah, exactly. And this is the spirit that a lot of people do not have, man. And I could understand it. You know why? Because we did that with Moses. We did it with Moses. So today, when you see people don't want to join the ISUPK, they love the precept. They love our breakdown.
Oh yeah.
They love the 12-track chart.
Watching right now.
Yeah, they love the table of the nations that we have. They love everything that the ISUPK teaches. The things that they don't like, the discipline that they cannot endure, they switch it around. They say, well, you can smoke a little weed. Some Israelite group, they smoke weed. They tell you it's for spiritual, whatever awareness. Some of them, they have dreadlocks, Some of them, they sleep with white women, GMS. They tell you they could have concubines. Some of, right? You could have a the word. Some of them, they do that, but they keep the core of our teaching. So I can't understand why people do not want to follow the ISUPK or follow Commanding General Yohanan, because we didn't even want to follow Moses. But when the men are dead, we love the prophets that, that we perceive are still dead, like Joshua. We love to read Jeremiah. We love to read Ezekiel. We love to read the word of Moses. Guess what? If Moses was alive today, you would not follow him.
Right.
You are the man that were complaining about Moses in the wilderness. That's who you are.
Mm-hmm.
If Ezekiel was alive today, you would not follow Ezekiel. You will not do it. You follow him today. You follow the words. Why? Because you perceive that he is dead. He is dead. Well, go ahead. Read Ezekiel. I follow Ezekiel's word, but you're not following the prophets that are alive today, because you would not follow the prophets when they were alive.
Facts.
You was gonna say so.
Well, this is exactly what they're saying. Is the Lord only spoken by this person, that person? Right. And it's funny because the scripture describes Moses as such a meek man, and that's HARLEM, that's Commander General Yohanan. In a nutshell, that's a meek brother.
He did not want the power. He didn't. When you go back, he didn't want it. Yeah,
no, that's what it takes to be a leader. You don't want a leader that wants power. But everybody wants that. Everybody wants to try to overthrow. Everybody wants to fight for power. You don't want a leader that wants that. You want somebody that's meek, that's just trying to serve the Lord. And that's what we have here. But y'all out there, y'all just trying to run something.
Right.
Y'all just trying to be in charge of something. Right. That's why we get these cornballs out here. Trying to keep it super G rated for TikTok.
Right. Keep it professional. That was the last verse, right? 8? 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All right. And the anger of the Lord, verse 10 in Numbers 11. And the anger of the Lord was kindled against them, and he departed. Verse 10. And the cloud departed from off the tabernacle, and behold, Miriam became leprous, white as snow. And Aaron, and this is another scripture, man. People want to tell me, these Haitians, they want to tell me how the Israelites are white. The Israelites are white people. Miriam, what color was she before? What was she before? And you know how much you have to ignore to say that the Israelites are white? You have to ignore archaeology. You have to ignore history. You have to ignore dictionary. You have to ignore the Bible. That's the number one thing you have to ignore to claim that the Israelites are white. She became leprous, white as snow. And Aaron looked upon Miriam, and behold, she was leprous. What color was she before? Verse, that was the last one, right?
Come.
That's crazy. Yeah. Now, so I believe that's the 6th set, if I'm not mistaken. Okay. Do you have where we're supposed to end? Did you mark it yet? Or
Nah.
I'll do it. I'll do it while you read the Hebrew. You was gonna say something.
Just that, like that tells you not just that she wasn't white, but she had to be real dark for that to be such a shocker to turn her white. She could have just been kind of tan, like some of y'all try to pass it off. Well, okay, maybe Jesus was olive skin, whatever that means.
It's 2 olives though. It's green and black.
But they really trying to say he was like kind of light brown. Okay, why did the Lord choose for the most shocking thing to do multiple times in the scriptures to turn him white? But back to the Hebrew chapter 12 and verse 11. Waya Amara Haran al Mashah, Baya Dunya al Nat Shah, al Yunwa Khatahath.
Nathan, hold on real quick. Nathan, I will be doing that. All right. I will be doing that. It's a lot of responsibilities, but I will find a schedule to do that, either myself or Officer Adeyar, so that when we do the Sabbath service, we do it in Creole, in Hebrew and Creole, as opposed to English and Hebrew. All right. So we're working on that. All right. It's just a matter of time to water for that, so I can preach.
Sign Christ. No, Alwa Ashar, Anwa, verse 12. Al Na'ah, Daya, Kamath Ashar, Batazathwa, Marham, Amwa, Wayakal, Chatziyah, Pesharwa, verse 13.
Block
Right to the eye.
this verse.
Mashah al Yahweh. La Omar. Allah na Rapah. Na Allah.
You understand TikTok? I got it. I got block this.
Verse 14. Verse 14. While we eject somebody, I don't know what they did, but they deserve to be ejected.
No, block this.
Verse 14. Wa Omar Yahweh al Mashah. Abia Yarak. And that Yarak is to spit on somebody. We're gonna find out why that's relevant when we get back to English. Yarak, which when you double up a word in Hebrew, that's how you emphasize it. So they really about to spit on somebody. But Punyaha, Hala'ah, the Kalam, Shab'aith, Yum Yum, the Cigar, Shab'aith, Yum Yum, Mahwatza, Wamachana, Wa'achar, the Asap, verse 15, Wat Cigar, Mariam, Mahwatza, Wamachana, Shab'aith, Yum Yum, Wa'aim, La'ah, Nasai, Aid Ha'asap, Mariam, verse 16, Wa'achar, Nasaiwa, Ha'aim, Machatzarwath, Wa'yachnawa.
All right. He's been blocked. We don't need you here. You know? Yeah, we don't need you here. We don't need you here. Watch your mouth. Go create a fake account.
Yeah, go talk to yourself somewhere. Bama the bar, Run, chapter 13, verse 1, Wa Bar Yahweh al Mashah Amar. Back to the English.
All right, back to the English verse, 11? Numbers 12 and 11. And Aaron said unto Moses, Alas, my Lord, I beseech thee.
They was in shock. They was in, he knew it was serious when he saw Mary.
He said, Alas, my Lord. Man, this is beautiful, man. This is our history, man. This is our people. You know, and like it's time for us to wake up, man. It's time for us to truly wake up to understand that what we are going through as a people is recorded, man. It is recorded. The Bible is our book. This is our book. It's a whole lot of COINTELPRO going on out here. A whole lot of COINTELPRO, a whole lot of distraction, a whole lot of, bullshit. Excuse my language. I gotta get this one TikTok. Don't block us. Just one. There's a whole lot of that going on out here, man. Meanwhile, our record is right here in front of us. It's been gathering dust. This is our book. This is our people that we are reading about. And Aaron said unto Moses, Alas, my Lord, I beseech thee, lay not the sin upon us, wherein we have done foolishly, and wherein we have sinned.
He regret everything right away.
Right. Yeah, we sinned. We were fools, man. We over here questioning your authority. You know what I'm saying? My bad. That's when black people believe. When we are affected personally. That's when we believe. When we are affected personally, when something is affecting us personally, that's when we are concerned. Verse 12. Let her not be as one dead of whom the flesh is half consumed when he cometh out of his mother's womb. Damn, man, that means what? White people are half dead.
Damn. That's how the Bible describes somebody with white skin and blonde hair. You Aryans. Y'all perfect. Those blonde women that y'all love so much. This is how the Bible describes as one dead, of whom the flesh is half consumed when he cometh out of his mother's womb. Damn.
God, it's heavy. Verse 13. And Moses cried unto the Lord, saying, Heal her now, O God, I beseech thee. Verse 14. And the Lord said, unto Moses, if her father had put spit in her face, should she not be ashamed 7 days?
Damn.
Let her be shut out from the camp 7 days, and after that, let her be received in again. So you're gonna be unclean for a period of time. I'm not just gonna do this for 1 day. You know, you're not just gonna be unclean for just a moment. No, 7 days. You're gonna be unclean. You're gonna stay out the camp for 7 days for your mouth, for not knowing your place.
Right.
All right. Verse 15. And Miriam was shut out from the camp 7 days, and the people journeyed not till Miriam was brought in again. Verse 16. And afterward, the people removed from Hazeroth and pitched in the wilderness of Paran. 13 and 1 is the last one, or 2? Chapter 13, verse 1. And the Lord spake unto Moses, saying, let me count.
Back to the Hebrew, verse 2. Shalach laka anashim Wayatharwa Asarataza Kana'ain Ashar Anya Nathan Labanya Yasha'ala Ayashachad Lamata Abathua Dashalachwa Kal Nasha'a Vahum. Verse 3. Wayashalachathum Nasha Mamadabar Paran Al Paya Yahweh Kalam Anashim Ra'ashya Banya Yasha'ala Hama. Verse 4. Wa Allah Shamuathum Lamata Ra'alban Shamawai Ban Zakawar. Verse 5. Lamata Shemaywan Shapat Ban Chawaria. Verse 6. Lamata Yahawada Kalab Ban Yapana. Verse 7. Lamata Yashakar Yaga'al Ban Yawasap. Verse 8. Lamata Parium Hawashai Ban Nawan. Back to English.
Okay, this is the last set. 2, 3.
Which that word Matah is tribe. Each one of these is running out from the tribe of such and such.
The book of Numbers, chapter 13, verse 2. Send thou men that they may search the land of Canaan, which I give unto the children of Israel. I did a class, I think 2-3 Mondays ago, when I went to the history about the man who came against Moses. All right, the 250 princes. I believe that's in chapter 14. So it's a good class to go watch. All right, I was talking about rank. You know, a lot of times Israel, we want to come out of this captivity, yet we do not understand the structure that the Most High established. The Most High blessed us with this truth, man, in 1969. And don't think you're going to come outside of this truth to do something to your people. You are only causing division. That's what you are causing. You see all these men that are coming against Moses, God forbid they had some type of power. Can you picture what type of confusion will exist in the nation of Israel? That's what happened afterwards. Afterwards, that's exactly what happened. Men started to just do their own thing. You're doing your own thing. Meanwhile, there is a structure. There is rank. There is order. There are men above you that's been doing this work, man, that never compromised, that never took the bag. You understand? That never diluted the doctrine. Right now, we got major dilution happening in the nation of Israel. Now the heathen can be grafted in. Major dilution, man. A whole lot of COINTELPRO shit going on in Israel.
That's what happens.
You know, the Most High establish a structure, and when you go against this structure, as we're going to be reading in the next few Sabbath service, this is the last set for today's Sabbath service, but we're gonna see exactly what happened to those men who came against Moses. All right, those are the vagabond Jews that I believe Acts the 19th chapter talks about. Those are Jews that are vagabond Jews. They did not want to follow Christ and the disciples. They wanted to do their own things. Like, we got scriptures too. We got verses. You know, we got breakdowns. You know, you go do your own thing and get destroyed by a demon. Verse 3.
Even with a pagan kid.
Damn. Verse 3. And Moses, by the commandment of the Lord, sent them from the wilderness of Paran. All those men were heads of the children of Israel. Verse 4. And these were their names: of the tribe of Reuben, Shammua, the son of Zachor. Verse 5. Of the tribe of Simeon, Shaphat, the son of Hori. Verse 6. Of the tribe of Judah, Caleb, the son of Jephunneh. Verse 7. Of the tribe of Issachar, Igo, the son of Joseph. Verse 8. Of the tribe of Ephraim, Oshea, the son of Nun. Verse 8 is the last verse, right? Right? So basically, Moses, he sent 12 brothers, right? One man from each tribe to go and, you know, scout the land of Israel to see how it is, how was their army look like. You get what I'm saying? Why? Because we are about, at this point of time, we are about to enter the land of Israel. So he wanted to see, okay, you know, go ahead, go check it out and come back and give the report. So we're going to read next Sabbath service, next week, Saturday, 9 to 11. All right, we are already at the 11-hour mark. 9 to 11 next week, Lord willing, we'll be going over the rest of this history for the Sabbath service. All right, so in Christ and of Israel and Macho, which means to stand. All right, go to the camera first, real quick. Or, which means on. Yayon, wine. La Yasharala. La Yasharala, which means to Israel. Man, priest.
I tried to go lighter that time. You know what I'm saying?
That's like Bob's hand right here. Bobby got a heavy hand. He's give you a whole glass of Yayon. Most High in Christ, Yayon. So like a Shabbat. So in Christ. Men of Israel, Majah. Saw upon your Hakwada, which means turn and face the east. We're gonna see the prayers in the Hebrew and in the English. The Lord's Prayer in the Hebrew, Abanawa, Shabbat Shemaya, Kodash, Hayah, Shamka, Yahweh, Malak Wafka, Taba'ah, Batazaka, Hayah, Aisha, Ba'arataza, Kawa, Hayah, Bashamaya, Bathalanawa, Come, Ka, Yawam, Basalakanawa, Kawawafyanawa, Kasalaknawa, Kawawafyanawa, Wala'ah, Kabayaynawa, Banasai one, Abal, Kawashaynawa, Mayan, Rad, Hayah, Laka, Hamalakwa, Wa'ala, Wa'atapara, La'aywalamyam, Aman.
The English. Our Father, which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Yahweh, thy kingdom come. Thy will be done. In earth, as it is in heaven. Give us this day. Our daily bread. Forgive us our debts. Forgive our debtors. Lead us not into temptation. But deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom. And the power. And the glory. Forever. So be it.
You do Hakak, right? Hakak, the power in the Hebrew. Yahweh, Ba'asham Yahushai, Akoshah, Thanlanawa, Hakak, Narapa'ah, Kalmakala, Kalmanawa, Hakak, Lata'ah, Kamatazariah, Hakak, Nahakwaya,
Hamathia, Hakak, Ara Karak, Tama Allah, like our son, Bashim Yahushua, Wada Aman.
English, Yahweh.
Yahweh.
The name of Yahushua.
The name of Yahushua.
Please give us the power.
Please give us the power.
Power to heal.
Power to heal.
All manner of sickness.
All manner of sickness.
All manner of disease.
All manner of disease.
Power to cleanse the leper.
Power to cleanse the lepers.
Power to raise the dead.
Power to raise the dead.
Power against unclean spirits.
Power against unclean spirits.
Cast them up.
Cast them
In the
out.
name of Yahushua.
In the name of Yahushua. Thank you.
So be.
So be it. Psalm 121 in the Hebrew. Asha'ah, Ayanya, Ahahoya, Mahayan, Ba'ah, Isaiah, Ma'ai, Yahweh, Aisha, Shamayam, Wa'arataza, Ayathan, Ramawat, Magog, Alyanawam, let the door. Alyanawam, Shamar, Hanala, Yanawam, Wala'ah, Yayashan, Shawamor, Yasharat, Yahweh, Shamor, Yahweh, Tazal, Aliyah, Yamyanka, Yawamam, Hashamash, La'ah, Yakakah, Bayarak, Balayala, Yahweh, Yashamorka, Korah, Yashamor, Afnapash, Yahweh, Yashamor, Hazafka, Wabawaka, I will love.
In the English, I will lift up mine eyes into the hills.
I will lift up my eyes into the hills.
From whence cometh my help?
From whence cometh my help?
My help cometh from Yahweh.
My help cometh from Yahweh,
Which made heaven and earth.
which made heaven and
He
earth.
will not suffer thy foot to be moved.
He will not suffer thy foot to be moved.
He that keepeth thee
He that keepeth
will
thee
not slumber.
will not slumber.
Behold,
Behold,
he that keepeth
he
Israel
that keepeth Israel
shall neither slumber nor sleep.
shall neither slumber nor sleep.
Yahweh is thy keeper.
Yahweh is thy keeper.
Yahweh is thy shade upon thy right hand.
Yahweh is thy shade upon thy right hand.
The sun shall not smite thee by day,
The sun shall not smite thee by day,
nor the moon by night.
nor the moon by night.
Yahweh shall preserve thee from all evil.
Yahweh shall preserve thee from all evil.
He shall preserve thy soul.
He shall preserve thy soul.
Yahweh shall preserve thy going out
Yahweh shall preserve thy going out
and thy coming in,
and thy coming
from
in,
this time forth
from this time forth,
and even forevermore.
even forevermore. Psalm 83 in the Hebrew. Alahayim,
Alahayim,
Al-Damayalakah,
Al-Damayalak,
Al-Takarash,
Al-Farash,
Al-Tashakwat,
Al-Shakwat,
Kayahana,
Kayahana,
Al-Yabyaka,
Al-Yabik,
Yahamayawan,
Hamayawan,
Ramashanayaka,
Ramashanayah,
Nashawa,
Al,
Ra'ash, Al-Aimaka,
Al-Aimaka,
Ira Yamwa,
Yarayamwa,
Sawa,
Sawad,
Wayataza Aipatazawa, Wayataza, Wayatayat, Salaki, Wayatayatazawa,
Oyatayatazwa,
Altazapawanyaka,
Al-Zabawanika,
Amarwa,
Amaru,
Lakawa,
Lakawa,
Wanakakira,
Wanakakir,
Magoya,
Goya,
Wala'a,
Wala'ah,
Yazakar,
Yazakar,
Sham Yashara,
Sham Yasha'al,
Aywa,
Awa,
Kaya,
Kaya,
Nawaitazawa, La,
La,
Yakar,
Yakadwa,
Alika,
Alika,
Bara'ah,
Bara'ah,
Yakarak,
Barakwa,
Ahaya,
Ahaya,
Adawam,
Adawam,
Wayashamaya Yoham,
Wayashamali,
Mawa'aba,
Mo'aba,
Wahagaria,
Wahagari,
Gabor,
Kabor,
Aimawan,
Aimwa,
Aimalak,
Aimlak,
Hadashat,
Shah,
Ayashad,
Yashad,
Tazawar,
Tazawar,
Gamashawar,
Gamashawar,
Nalawa,
Nalawa,
Aiman,
Imam,
Hayawa,
Hayawa,
Zawawa,
Zawa,
Banya Lawa,
Banya Lawa,
Salah,
Salah,
Aishalaham,
Shalaham,
Kamadian,
Tamad,
Kasaya Sara'ah,
Kasaya, Sarah,
Hayabian,
Hayabian,
Banakor,
Banakor,
Kwayashwa,
Yashu,
Nashamadwa,
Nashamadwa,
Bayan Ara,
Bayadara,
Hayawa,
Hayawa,
Naman,
Naman,
Adama,
Adam,
Shayatamba,
Shayatamba,
Nadayabwa,
Nadayabwa,
Kaira, Wakazaba, Wakazabak, Wakazamana, Kana Sayakamba,
Colin,
Ashar,
Shaw,
Amoa,
Amoa,
Nayara Shah,
Nayara Shah,
Yanawa,
Nawa,
Naawa,
Nawa,
Alahaya,
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 Shayatamba,
Shayatamba,
Gogala,
Gogala,
Wash,
Wash,
Napanya Rakah,
Penny Rakah,
Ira, Ira, Wakalahaba,
Kalahaba,
Alaha,
Alaha,
Hoya,
Hoya,
Kantaradama,
Kantaradama,
Ira, Wabasawa
Wabasawa Pafa,
Bahalam,
Bahalam,
Mala'ah, Kanya,
Kanya,
Kuala Wayam, Wash,
Wash,
Shamka,
Shamka,
Yahawa,
Yahawa,
Bashwa,
Bashwa,
Wayam,
Wayam,
Adya,
Adya,
Kapor,
Kapor,
Wayam, Abad,
Wayam,
Wayam, Iowa, Haya, Shamka, Hawa, Labaka, Ayawan,
Al-Kabarata. The English. Keep not thou silence, O my power.
Keep not thy silence, O my power.
Hold not thy peace.
Hold not thy peace.
And be not still.
Be not still.
O my power.
O my power.
For lo, thine enemies make a tumult.
Thy enemies make it tumult.
And they that hate thee.
And they that hate thee
have lifted up the head.
have lifted up their
They
head.
have taken crafty counsel.
They have taken crafty counsel
Against thy people.
against thy people.
Consulted against thy
And
hidden.
consulted against thy hidden ones.
They have said, come.
They have said, come,
And let us cut them off from being a nation.
and let us cut them off from being a
In
nation.
the name of Israel.
In the name of Israel,
May be no more remembered.
may be no more in remembrance.
For they have consulted together with one consent.
For they have consulted together with one consent.
They are confederate against thee.
They are confederate against
The
thee.
tabernacles of Edom.
The tabernacles of Edom,
And the Ishmaelites.
and the Ishmaelites,
Moab.
of Moab,
The Haggerite.
the Haggerite,
Gaul.
the Wall,
And
and
Amalek.
Amalek,
Philistines.
Philistines,
The inhabitants of Tyre.
the inhabitants of Tyre.
The sword also is joined with
A
the
sword also is joined with
They have opened the children of
They are
Lot.
hoping the children of Lot.
Salah.
Salah.
Do unto them.
Do unto them
As unto the Midianites.
as unto the Midianites,
To Sisera.
as to Sisera,
To Jabin.
as to
The
Japan,
brook of
and the
Kison.
brook of Kison,
Perished at Endor.
which perished at Endor.
Became as dung for the
They
earth.
became as dung for the earth.
Make their nobles like a red.
They their nobles like a red,
And like Zed.
and like the head.
Yea.
Yea,
Or their princes of Sabbath.
all the princes at Sabbath,
And as Zalmunna.
and Azamuna,
Said,
who said,
let us take to
let
ourselves
us take to
the
ourselves
houses of the Most High.
the houses of the Most High
In possession.
in possession.
Oh my power.
O my power,
Make them like a wheel.
make them like a wheel,
As the stubble before the wind.
as the stubble before the wind,
As the fire burns the wood.
as the fire burns the wood,
As the flame sets the mountains on fire.
and as the flame set the mountains on fire.
So persecute them with thy tempest.
So persecute them with thy
And
tempest,
make them afraid of thy
and
storm.
make them afraid of thy storm.
Fill their face with shame.
Fill their face with
That
shame,
they may seek thy name.
and they may seek thy name.
Oh, Yahweh.
O Yahweh,
Let them be confounded.
let them be
In
confounded,
trouble forever.
in trouble forever.
Yea.
Yea,
Let them be put to
let
shame.
them be put to shame,
Perish.
and perish,
That men may know.
that men may know
That thou,
that thou,
whose name alone,
whose name alone
is Yahweh,
is Yahweh,
the Most High,
the Most High,
over all the earth.
all the earth. All right, should we get curses? We do bless Israel first. Blessing in the Hebrew. Bless the nation. Barakatah Yahweh.
Barakatah Yahweh.
Wa Yahweh Shah.
Wa Yahweh Shah.
Wa Mayaka Allah.
Wa Mayaka
Wa Alahaya.
Wa Alahaya.
Matazab Ya'ah.
Matazab
Alawak Yahana.
Alawak Yahana.
Alawak
Alawak.
Yahana. Hasaranya.
Hasranya.
Hakpatazayanya.
Hakpatazayanya.
Hakayayanya.
Hakayayanya.
Wa Ha'akwafia.
Wa
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Wa Hashem Yahweh Shah.
Hashem Yahweh Shah.
Wa Ra'amah.
What I'm in the English. Bless you, Yahweh.
Bless you, Yahweh.
And Yahweh Shah.
And Yahweh Shah.
Mike.
Michael.
The angels.
The angels.
Many General Yahweh.
Many General Yahweh.
The general.
The general.
The captain. The officer.
The officer.
The
The
troop.
troop.
The assistant.
The assistant.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
In the name of Yahweh Shah.
In the name of Yahweh Shah.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So be it.
So be it. All right, should we get curses? Blessed are you, Yahweh.
Blessed are you, Yahweh.
King of heaven and earth.
King of heaven and earth.
And all things living.
All things living.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
In the name of Yahweh Shah.
In the name of Yahweh Shah.
Listen to us now.
Listen to us now.
Right now.
Right now.
Say the evils and curses.
The evils and
The
curses.
punishment and destruction.
Punishment and destruction.
To the heathen that speak against us. Like prophets, the teachers, the princes, the priests, the Israelite brothers, and the school. And evils and curses, punishment and destruction to the heathen, and shake loose the treasure of the rich of Israel that refuse to give to the school. Force their riches, enter into that sanctuary. Say the evils and curses, and punishment and destruction to the Edomites, and the nations, and their drug dealers, the court system, the prison system, the Planned Parenthood, all the governments of our enemies, Amalek synagogues and armies, Roman Catholic Church, Pope, Islam, Christianity, Egyptology, militia, Ku Klux Klan, Aryan Nation, skinheads, kamikaze, gay movement, lesbian movement, spies, workers of witchcraft, NASA space program, the Army, your Navy, Air Force, Marine, Wall Street, open up the internet, and the airway, cable access channels, and the radio channels. Convict the spirit of any of our people that seek to stop us and bring swift destruction to all the heathen that stand in the way or trying to stop us. We're casting your word throughout the planet Earth. Then loose all the plagues, cause them to go to and fro to the earth and consume them. That the plagues shake the house of the thief and the murderer. That Yahweh Michael and Gabriel go down with the flying saucer and punish all the heathen that come up against us as we speak that word. Cause it to be known by all that the angels that have done it. Cause it to be spread through the media throughout the whole world. Cause it to shake that coming. In the name of Yahweh, thank you always. So be it. So we should turn. Men of Israel, we want to salute. Men of Israel, I imagine Shabbat. I imagine Barak. Yahweh, Shabbat. We're going to give one courteous salute to the sisters. Men of Israel, I imagine Shabbat. I imagine Barak. Yahweh, Shabbat. Next week, we're going to pick it up at Numbers 13, verse 9. Numbers 13 and 9, we're going to pick it up next week. All right, with that, Israel, we got the Feast of Purim approaching March 2nd and March 3rd, and also the Passover, April 4th in Houston, Texas. Make your arrangement. Contact ISUPK. Go to isupk.com. All right, pay your Passover fee. Contact the school nearest your location so you can have all the details about the Passover. Everybody who's able to, make sure you come to Houston, Texas to observe the Lord's 57th annual Passover with the priests and prophets in the ISUPK. With that, shalom, Israel. Sign Christ. TikTok, shut me out.